Yo, it is good, yo. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be doing a tier list of some of the best players. And not only players, some of the best point guards in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, this is day one, okay? So, the game is new to not only you, but it's new to me. So, I don't know everything about the game. I don't know everything about each and every one of these players. So, if one or two of these players is super far off, I bet there is going to be one or two players that are super far off. But remember, this is my tier list. This is what I personally think and where I personally believe each and every one of these guys should be to kind of help you guys build your specific squad. Now, I don't have that many sapphires in here because most of the sapphires are below just aren't very good, and the rubies are cheap enough that you should be able to get for your specific squad. Now, before we dive any further, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 80,000 subscribers. So these are all the point guards that you guys can see. We got the invincible Steph Curry from last year on this list. We obviously won't be ranking him, but I think we've got close to 41 or 42 of these point guards. That's a lot of point guards to be ranking on a list, but that's what we're going to be doing today, starting off with Baron Davis. Now, with Baron Davis, he gives you something that I think is rare for the point guards in today's game, okay? There's not many point guards that have the combination of being able to shoot the three ball well as being, decently quick. He has an 84 speed rating, an 83 lateral quickness, an 83 ball. He's going to have the same release that he had last year, which is the Dame release. He does have it on quick, which is very, very smooth. I've used Damian Lillard before this year. I'm a big fan. I haven't used Baron Davis, but he also has an 80 driving dunk. So you combine those two things. He's got stop and pop, which is a really good badge this early on. Bronze clamps. You can make the case that Baron Davis is an S tier point guard. I don't think so, but if you want to argue that, I'm not going to argue against that. I think he does enough for me that I definitely could have him there. And so if you want to put him at S tier, go ahead and do your thing. But for me, I do have him at A tier. Now, our next guy here is Bob Cousy. Now, if you're wondering how to get Bob Cousy, he is available through Domination. I think he's the second, I think it's all-time or historic domination. You got to complete that to get Bob Cousy. Now, Bob Cousy is very solid. Bob Cousy was one of the best point guards we saw early on last year. This year is no different. It's the same thing this year for Bob Cousy. You look at his stats, he's got a 93 ball, a 90 speed, a 90 lateral quickness. Already, you're looking at a point guard who is absolutely incredible. Now, the one thing I like about Bob Cousy, that when you compare him to Baron Davis, right, most of Baron Davis's badges, some are upgradable, but most of them aren't. With Bob Cousy, legitimately almost every single badge of his is upgradable. So yes, the card comes with 17 on gold, 16 on silver, and 7 on bronze. But heck, if you want to upgrade his blinders, you can. If you want to upgrade his corner specialist, hot zone hunter, stop and pop, you can upgrade all of those, even in the defensive area. You want to make everything outside of clamps upgraded, you can do that. So as far as complete point guards go, I don't know if you're going to find that many better than Bob Cousy animation wise. Has the Chris Paul base on normal timing. Again, don't really know exactly what that's going to be like. Shifty dribble style, I don't know really how much all of this matters yet, but we will eventually find out. But I am a big Bob Cousy fan, and when it comes down to it, I'm grinding domination. And a big reason why is because of Bob Cousy. I think he is absolutely incredible. And if you do grind domination, I think he's a card that you can run at point guard for quite a while. Calvin Murphy up next. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about Calvin Murphy because he's not very good for an amethyst player. He's 5'9", has a 59 3 ball. What more do you want me to say about Calvin Murphy? Quite honestly, what more do you want me to say? I'm moving on to our next guy, Damian Lillard, and I'm going S tier. Now, do I think he's as good as Bob Cousy? No. The answer to that question is no. But here's my thing with Dame. If you compare him to Baron Davis side by side, Baron's got some things going for him, but Dame's got way, way, way more going for him. Now, most of his badges aren't necessarily upgradable, so there's kind of a limit to how good your Dame can be. But here's my thing with Dame. Defensively, he leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's not enough early on this, like in the game, and where he gets really exposed. And that's the big thing that when I use Damian Lillard that I notice. It's not like when he's on the court for me, he really just gets attacked 24/7. He's got an 86 3 ball, an 86 speed, decent driving dunk, can handle the ball, has a 75 lateral quickness, which isn't terrible. Defensive badges, he has nothing. but he has every single playmaking badge outside of post playmaker, every single shooting badge outside of fade ace and corner specialist. When it comes down to it, he's a top viable point guard in the game right now. You can't overlook Damian Lillard just because he's a Ruby. I've used him a couple times in my draft mode, or in the draft mode, and he's been absolutely stellar each and every time. Damon Jones up next. And if you're wondering how to get Damon Jones, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, because I don't know how many people really have Damon Jones. He is a season 1 reward. So I'm not even sure. I'm guessing he's available through the level 40 kind of system, but I'm not exactly sure. Damon Jones is fine. 6'3", 89 3 ball, 83 speed, 70 lateral quickness. His badge count just isn't very good. He has 17 silver badges. So for me to go any higher with Damon Jones, it was hard to do. Is he a bad player in the game? No, I wouldn't say that. But he's just not a player that I am super high on this early in the game. Now, the next guy we are going to talk about is D Brown here. Now, if you want to put D Brown in B tier, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But for me and D Brown, I'm going A tier. He's available through Triple Threat Offline. Only 6'1". Is that a problem? I mean, maybe a little bit, but here's the thing about D Brown. 85 3 ball, 88 speed, 86 lateral quickness, 89 driving dunk, 88 speed ball, 88 ball handle. The dude's absolutely fantastic. Jump shot 40. I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't used it yet this year, but he's got 42 base silver badges with 1 on bronze. The dude's absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing about him is the fact that he doesn't have the stop and pop badge. It can be applied to him, and that's a very important badge, as we've seen with like the Damian Lillards of the world. It's a very good badge. Has a ton of silver ball handling badges as well. Like if you get D Brown early and you want to use him as your point guard, I don't think he's a liability on the court. I think he's definitely more than serviceable, and definitely a guy that I think if you're grinding Triple Threat Offline, you should be excited to use. Deron Williams up next. Is there really even a debate to be had here? I don't think he's the best point guard in the game, but I do think he is an S tier caliber point guard. 6'3", 6'10", wingspan, 93 ball, 93 speed, 84 lateral quickness, only a 70 driving dunk, 93 speed ball, 96 ball handle. But here's the thing for Deron Williams that you guys need to realize. Has 4 gold finishing badges, including Slithery Finisher, which is a good badge. Hall of Fame difficult shots, floor general unpluckable. Gold stop and pop, which is probably the most important shooting badge, I think. Gold quick first step as well. But the Hall of Fame floor general can't be overlooked this early on in the game, as well as he does have the silver clamps that can be upgraded to gold. So I think as far as complete point guards that are buyable in the game right now, Deron Williams is probably at the top of my list. He's better than Damian Lillard. I don't really have any question about that. But what it comes down to, guys, is he worth the price he's going for right now? I don't necessarily think so, but he's still an S tier point guard. And one of my, I don't want to say favorite, but one of the cards that I think is absolutely incredible early on in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Devontae Graham up next. Now, I'll be the first to say I was pretty high on Devontae Graham when the token cards first got released. Devontae Graham was a card that I thought and still think has a lot of potential. Now, I actually think he's a B tier player, and that's where I'm going to put him because I'm higher on him probably than most people. Only 6'1", 6'6" wingspan, does have 3 out of 5 hot spots from the top of the key and both corners. 86 3 ball, 84 speed, only has 70 lateral quickness, can handle the ball decently. But here's the thing for Devontae. He has 34 silver badges, right? A lot of them can be upgraded too. Again, no stop and pop, which hurts him quite a bit. But I just think when it comes down to it, you got a guy with a Trey Burke base. I haven't used that yet this year, but I think it's probably solid. That I think has the capability of being pretty solid. If you're comparing him to Damon Jones, I think he is one step above Damon Jones for me. But again, it's really all personal preference. Fat Lever up next. Gonna go C tier with Fat. I mean, for me, my team base set Fat Lever. He's fine. 6'3", 6'8" wingspan. No hot spots from anywhere. Only 15 silver badges with 8 on bronze. Obviously, playmaking defensively is going to be fine. Only has a 76 3 ball, 88 speed, 85 lateral quickness. If his 3 ball was a little higher, maybe I'd have him in B tier. But Fat Lever is not a guy that I think you should be too worried about going to get for your lineup. I mean, he's fine if you're a big Fat fan, do what you got to do. But for me, I am steering clear of Ruby Fat Lever. Up next, Freddie Lewis. I'm going to go C tier with Freddie as well. Has a lot more badges, right? He has a total of 37 badges, 18 on silver, 19 on bronze, 74 3-ball, 86 speed, 82 lateral quickness. Similar to Fat, kind of, in the fact that he's not going to be necessarily the best shooting point guard in the game. Does have the Paul George base. And I'm just not sure. If his 3-ball was, again, upper 70s, low 80s, I'd probably have him at B tier just because of his badge count. But again, he's only 6 feet tall compared to Fat Lever being 6'3". I think it's a debate whether you like Fat Lever or whether you like Freddie Lewis more. But for me specifically, I can't go any higher than C tier on Freddie Lewis. I just can't. Now, another guy, the next guy up here, downtown Freddie Brown, is a guy I am very, very, very high on. Now, I'm high on him knowing he has a Kyrie Irving base on quick. Now, I've not used the Kyrie Irving base. I don't know what it's like, but I do know he does have the Kyrie Irving base on quick. So here's the thing about downtown Freddie Brown. 6'3". He has 13 gold badges, 11 on silver, 20 on bronze. So he has a total of 44 total badges, 3 out of 5 hot spots. You're looking at a guy with a 92 3-ball, 90 speed, 81 lateral quickness, 50 driving dunk. So he can dunk. I think that driving dunk should be high enough. 90 speed with ball, 86 ball handle. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. He doesn't have blinders. You can apply it, but doesn't have it. He doesn't come with it. He does have silver stop and pop, which is a very important badge. No clamps either, but he does have gold pick dodger and some other defensive badges. I just think as an all-around point guard, Fred Brown's it. I'm excited to get Fred Brown and use him on my squad. For example, I'm not saying for sure that Fred Brown isn't better than Damian Lillard. My thing is this, though. Just based on my personal eye test, I've used Damian Lillard. I have not used downtown Freddie Brown yet. And so that's why my list is the way it is, with Fred Brown being down here in A tier. Our next guy here is Gus Williams. Now, if you know anything about 2K21 MyTEAM, you know something about Gus Williams. 6'2", 6'3" wingspan. Now, here's the thing about Gus. He comes with an 89 speed, but only a 69 3-ball. Now, here's the reason he's in B tier, and I'm going to be real honest with you guys. The reason he is in B tier is because how good he was last year. Realistically, he should be C tier, and that's actually where I'm going to drag him to. Like, just looking at his stats, there's nothing that blows me away with Gus Williams. He can't shoot the ball, and that's really a deal breaker for me. Gus Williams is fine. I mean, he's objectively okay, but he's not a card that I think you guys should even remotely think about picking up. He's not a guy that I'm very high on in the slightest. Now, Isaiah Thomas, you guys are probably expecting me to put him in F tier. There's only one guy in F tier, okay? I'm going to put him in D tier, another guy who's 5'9". I actually think he's quite a bit better than Calvin Murphy, though. He's got an 85 3-ball, 90 speed, only a 76 lateral quickness, but he does have blinders, and honestly, guys, he's not very good. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. He's not very good. But when you compare him to Calvin Murphy, guys, I think Isaiah Thomas is a big step ahead of Calvin Murphy. Other Isaiah Thomas is going to go C tier. I do think he's a little bit better than the Isaiah Thomas now, right? I do. They're both IT, but give me the other IT compared to the Boston Celtics MVP version of Isaiah Thomas. Here's the reason why. Okay, here's the big reason why. He's not 5'9". He's 6'1". He's going to defend pretty well. The problem is his 73 ball. Again, a lot of these guys that are good defensively have a low 3-ball. We've seen low 3-balls greenable. We'll see if that becomes like the meta in my team. But for me right now, I can't go any higher with C tier with that 73 ball and just not really knowing what is going on with it. So the next guy we're going to talk about is actually a guy that you can, I think, get from promo packs. I don't know. I've never seen anybody with Jamal Murray, but I'm thinking you can get him from promo packs. And he's an A tier player for me, not quite to that top tier, but he's very, very solid. 6'4", 6'6" wingspan. And the one thing that I know is you're already looking at a 6'4" point guard with 2 Hall of Fame badges, being rhythm shooter and volume shooter. The one things that I've noticed for my man Jamal is he only has bronze blinders, which I say only because he is a diamond. He's a diamond card already. 87 speed, 84 lateral quickness. The other downside to Jamal Murray is he's a one-trick pony. He's going to play offense really, really well. But then on the defensive side of things, he has 0 defensive badges. So that's kind of a big red flag to me, and why Jamal Murray is only going to be an A tier player for me. The next guy is a guy you could put him anywhere from A tier to C tier, I think. If you wanted to argue, honestly, S tier, I think you can. I think you can argue S tier for this guy, Jameer Nelson. Now, hear me out. I'm going to have him in A tier, and I want you to hear me out. He's got 32 silver badges with 26 on bronze. You guys do the math. That's 58 total badges for a day one card. I get it. He's only 6 feet tall. I get it. He only has a 6'2" wingspan. I understand it. Jump shot 22 though for Jameer. Here's the thing. 84 3 ball, 85 speed, 75 lateral quickness. Ball handling's not that great, but look at all the badges. You want offense? He's got it. You want defensive badges? He's got it. The dude is badge-wise fantastic. Probably badge-wise the best player we have in the game overall. Do I think he's the best card in the game? No. But badge-wise, the dude is just fantastic. I'm going to leave him in A tier just because of the badge count. And I just think it's crazy to me that we have a card day one getting that many badges. James Silas is the next guy we are going to talk about today. Now, looking at James Silas here. Okay, looking at James Silas, he's fine. Like, James Silas is objectively fine. Do I think he's next level good? No. But I think he's good enough to make it into B tier, right? He is a triple threat offline reward, which if you grind triple threat offline, you shouldn't be too excited about James Silas. He's serviceable. Only has a 74 3 ball, 89 speed, 86 lateral quickness. Pretty quick overall. No clamps with the card. Again, offensively might struggle a little bit. I'm not a big James Silas fan, but I respect him enough to put him where he is. Jason Kidd, a card I haven't used. Okay, I'll be the first to say it. I have not used Jason Kidd yet. But if his dribble style is anything like it was last year, the dude is going to be terrible. But with that being said, he is 6'4". He has an 85 speed rating, an 83 lateral quickness, can handle the ball well, has bronze clamps. If his release and his dribble style aren't that bad, he's probably a B tier player. If they are that bad, he's probably a D tier player. So I'm just going to settle in the middle and put him at C tier just because of the unknowns, right? The unknowns is something that you just really never know. So I'm just going to put him in C tier. Now, Jason Terry, this might be my bias because I've played with the card, but I think Jason Terry is very good. I didn't even look up his stats when making the tier list like I did with everybody else. I just know Jason Terry is good. 38 silver badges, 9 on bronze, 86 3 ball, 87 speed. He does have a 69 lateral quickness though, and that hurts him a lot. But here's the thing, and hear me out. Has silver blinders. That's a big time badge already. Now, what other badges are you looking at with Jason Terry? He does have Hot Zone Hunter, only has a Hot Zone from that left corner though. And here's the thing, Jason Terry, playmaker wise, has everything outside of post playmaker as well. Silver stop and pop, that was the badge I was really, that is really important for point guards, especially if you're 3 hunting. Defensively, has 1 defensive badge, and that's Hustler. So you know what you're getting out of Jason Terry. Offensively, very solid, not quite to the level of Damian Lillard, but a very, very solid option. Depending on what his price is going for, I don't really know what it is right now, but he could be a good guy for you guys to look at if you are looking for an offensive point guard. Our next guy here, Jerry West, 6'2", 6'9" wingspan with 26 silver badges. Now, Jerry West, for me, he's not terrible, right? He's not terrible to me. He's a B tier player. You look at it, 83 ball, 79 speed, does have an 88 lateral quickness, which is super impressive. Only a 79 speed with ball, bronze clamps, good defensive badges, some good offensive badges. I think my thing is this though, if Jerry West's 3 ball was higher, or if his speed and speed with ball was higher, he would be higher. B tier might be a little generous for Jerry West when you really look at the guys he's compared to, but that's where I got him at right now, a B tier player. JoJo White, the next guy we're going to talk about, is I got him at another B tier slot. Now here's the thing for JoJo White. If you guys think back to last year, the Pink Diamond Token Reward, JoJo White was absolutely fantastic. Now this JoJo White, stat-wise, is fantastic, right? 84 3 ball, 88 speed, 85 lateral quickness, incredible all the way around. No clamps, okay? That's kind of a problem already. And then you look at his shooting badges, right? And I don't know. He's got bronze stop and pop, but no blinders. There's just a lot of kind of red flags with JoJo White to me to put him any higher into A tier. I do think he's fine. And if he's your favorite point guard in the game, that's fine too. I don't think he's quite S tier for sure. If you want to put him in A tier though, over a guy like Jameer Nelson, I personally cannot blame you. The next guy we're going to talk about is John Stockton. Oh man, do I miss the Diamond John Stockton. I mean, here's the thing. I think we see quite a few people using this Amethyst John Stockton, and the reason they're using him is because they're trying to get some sort of sense of the John Stockton from last year. Which, here's the thing, John Stockton still has an 87 3 ball, an 89 speed, an 89 lateral quickness, an 89 speed with ball, an 89 ball handle. So John Stockton is objectively not bad. I have him slotted at B tier here. He's objectively not bad, but when you look at it, right, no stop and pop. That's a problem, okay? Defensively, he's going to be good. Playmaker-wise, he's good. It's just offensively, he can't dunk the ball like last year. Obviously, I don't know release-wise what it's like this year, but no stop and pop. I just think John Stockton's time was last year, and if you want to run him this year, go ahead. But the reason you're running him this year is really because of how he was last year. Johnny Moore, a card that we're going to talk about a little bit today, guys, but he's just, I'm not a big fan of Johnny Moore in general. I mean, the card's fine, right? He's fine. 25 silver badges, only a 76 3 ball, good speed, lateral quickness, speed with ball. But he can play make, and that's about it. He has 0 shooting badges and 0 defensive badges. So if I put him any higher than C tier, I don't deserve to be in the position I'm in on YouTube, Twitch, anything. Like, I should not be giving you guys information if he is any higher than C tier. Kemba Walker, a guy who is very good. Surprisingly, when was the last time? Well, I'm going to ask you guys a question. When was the last time Kemba Walker was good in my team? This year he is, right? 6'1", 32 silver badges, 11 on bronze, 85 3 ball, 90 speed acceleration, 84 lateral quickness, great speed with ball handle. Here's the thing that I do love about Kemba though. Silver stop and pop, bronze blinders, playmaker wise, silver ankle breaker, as unpluckable. It's just defensively he has 1 badge, and that badge is hustler. So that's the only problem I see with Kemba Walker. That's the reason Kemba Walker is not any higher on this list. And I know some people might argue him over Dame, but I do think Dame is just that little bit better than Kemba Walker, at least for me right now. The next guy, Kenny Smith. He has that release that I don't really know about. Sometimes I feel like I like that release. Other times, I just don't know about that release. But objectively, 6'3", 6'6", wingspan, 84 3 ball, 88 speed. Only has a 78 lateral quickness, which I don't think is as important this year. 88 speed ball, 86 ball handle. Here's the thing. No clamps. Shooting-wise, he's fine, right? He's fine shooting-wise, but the problem I see with Kenny Smith is he doesn't have stop and pop, and we've seen how important that badge is. I don't know. Kenny Smith's fine, but he's only 6'3". No defensive badges outside of Chase Down Artist and Pogo Stick. I just don't think he's that much better than a guy like Fat Leather. The next guy we're going to talk about, Kyle Lowry. I've not used this guy, but man, I think this guy is solid in this game. I've, again, not used him, so just a disclaimer, throwing that out there that I've not used him. But just listen to me before we get into the stats. Silver clamps, silver interceptor, silver pick dodger, only bronze quick first step, but at least he has it. Has a ton of playmaking badges as well. Shooting wise, 7 shooting badges, no stop and pop, which is a problem. But here's the thing. How many guys are going to defend at the point guard position like Kyle Lowry? 85 speed, 85 acceleration, 86 lateral quickness. Offensively, 86 3 ball. Does come with an 85 speed ball, 88 ball handle. I think Kyle Lowry is a perfect, and I mean perfect, A tier slot. If he had stop and pop, I'd be even higher on the card. He's still fantastic though. As an Amethyst, he's a card I want to use, just haven't got my hands on him yet. I think Kyle Lowry is going to be fantastic. Kyrie Irving up next. Now here's the thing for Kyrie Irving. Do I think he's better than Fred Brown? No, I don't. I think he's a worse version of Fred Brown, but I'm still going to put Kyrie Irving in our A tier. 6'3", 6'4" wingspan. Hot spots from, the top of the key and right slot, which is important. 32 gold badges, 1 on silver, 4 on bronze. Now, if you want to argue the badges are that important for Kyrie, go ahead. Absolutely. Shooting-wise, he's going to be tough. Playmaker-wise, he's going to be very tough. But he has 0 defensive badges with a 69 lateral quickness. If you don't think that's going to be a problem, you might be right. But I think that might be a big problem for Kyrie Irving. He's not going to be able to guard a tree. And by the time people are getting Kyrie Irving, I think we're going to see point guards out there, just people getting adjusted to the game and taking advantage of his defense. 85 3 ball, 85 speed, decent enough ball handler, but I don't know. For me, I just think Kyrie Irving's when people start getting him, people are gonna be figuring out the game, and he's just not gonna be as good as the guys at S tier. Now, again, disclaimer: this is my opinion. If you want to put Kyrie Irving in S tier, you are entitled to your own opinions. Mark Price, another card I've not used, but I'm pretty sure it was was it last year? I think it might have been last year where Mark Price, I think it was a pink diamond token reward. Maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but Mark Price used to have a time in 2K. Is his time going to be this year? I'm not quite certain on that. Here's the thing, 6 feet tall, which is tough. Does have hotspots from both slots, 28 Hall of Famers, 6 on gold, 88 3-ball, 85 speed, 82 lateral quickness, good speed with ball. Like, the dude's fine. He's fine all the way around, silver stop and pop. He's just not great on defense, and he's only 6 feet tall. But I don't mind Mark Price. Like, I don't exactly know, remember, like, I don't know any of these dribble really SIGs right now. Does have base 29 or 28, which we know is a good release. Mark Price has always had a good release. So we'll see how he ends up. Mo Cheeks last year had his time. This year, he's just not very good. I could look up his stats, his badges, but trust when I say, don't waste any time on Mo Cheeks. He's just not worth it. Mike Bibby. Oh, let me tell you about Mike Bibby. I got a ruby out of a pack, and I was lucky enough to pull Mike Bibby. Look at how many rubies there are. I mean, in the MyTEAM base set at A tier. Not too many. 6'1", 6'4 wingspan, no hotspots from anywhere. 82 3-ball, 83 speed, 80 lateral quickness. Only an 83 speed ball, 89 ball handle, but it's the eye test and his release, right? Jump shot, 22. I've used Mike Bibby. I know it's good. Very, very solid. Bronze blinders, bronze stop and pop, incredible playmaking badges, and defensively, he can hold it down. I might be higher on Mike Bibby than the average person, but it's just the eye testing from what I've used so far. I think Mike Bibby is just absolutely fantastic. Now, Monte Morris, I really don't know where I can put him, because on 2K database, I mean, you can't see what his Evo looks like to Ruby. But here's what I'll say about Monte Morris. We already know what release he's got. He's got an incredible release. He does have the Trey Burke base, which on quick, which we know is probably a solid release. Only a 76 3-ball. I'd be interested to see if that gets upgraded with his Evo. 85 speed, 72 lateral quickness on his base card. It's hard to really go over stats or anything. What I will say is I'd be intrigued to see Monte Morris's Evo. That's why I did put him on this list. F tier. We saved it for one guy and one guy only, and that's Muggsy Bogues. Like, if you think Muggsy Bogues deserves out of F tier, I just think you need to reevaluate what your thoughts on this game in general. Like, that dude is definitely an F tier player. Now, I put Rondo on this list. He is a collector reward, which I don't think anybody is going to get to Rondo very soon, but I'm going to put him at S tier. Rondo is very solid. I'm telling you guys, I know he's got a 73 ball, but he comes with a 96 speed, 95 lateral quickness, incredible all the way around. Again, I don't think anybody's going to get him for a while, so it's not really to worry about, but once he comes out, by far and away the best defensive point guard that we will have seen in the game. It is going to be incredible to see when people get Rondo and if he is really like that when he comes out. Ron Harper, 6'6 point guard, decent enough defensively, not incredibly fast. The only reason he's at C tier is because he is 6'6. Seth Curry, a guy a lot of people like. I'm gonna say that a lot of people like Seth Curry. And if you like Seth Curry, like, I get it, right? I'm gonna put him at B tier because I get it. I won't ever use Seth Curry. I got him, and I don't think I'll ever use him, but it's not because he's bad. It's just because I think there's better options in the game than Seth Curry. He can shoot the ball, decent enough playmaker. Defensively is just not great. Sleepy Floyd, man, a card that's not talked about a lot because he is an exchange reward, and I don't even know if he's redeemable yet, but this card is, I think, right now, our best point guard in the game. I'm not telling you guys to get Sleepy when he's when you're able to redeem him, but he's good. I mean, 6'3", you got 4 Hall of Fame badges, 25 on gold, hot spots from both slots, 84 3-ball, 89 speed acceleration, 84 lateral quickness, incredible speed with ball. He can dunk the ball. I mean, Hall of Fame hot zone hunter, Hall of Fame floor general, does come with silver stop and pop, bronze blinders. Like, I just think Sleepy Floyd's incredible. I'm not going to lock him in because I think we're going to see point guards better than him very, very soon. But right now, if you don't think Sleepy Floyd's the best, I'm wondering why. Steph Curry, not very good. I mean, overall, Steph is just not good. You guys can, I put him on the list because his name is Steph Curry, but he's just not very good in the game. An 87 3-ball, he has a 65 lateral quickness. He has no badges in the playmaking or defensive categories. He's just not good. Is he D tier? He's close. Not quite, but he is close to being a D tier caliber player. Next up, we've got Steve Nash. Now, Steve Nash is a guy that when I looked him up, he wasn't bad, right? And just listen to these stats when I tell them to you. Like, Steve Nash, he can do some things. 6'3", 86 3-ball, 82 speed. I know he's only got a 74 lateral quickness. Good playmaking badges. I mean, here's the thing, guys. And when I say he's solid, 6'3", and he's got good stats. I think that's good enough for B tier when you compare him to other guys. If he had stop and pop, if he had clamps, yes, he'd be higher. But I think as a Ruby point guard, if you're a big Steve Nash fan, you can get by with running him right now. Tim Hardaway is our next guy up here that we are going to talk about today. Tim Hardaway is solid, guys. I'm gonna make our first double our first stack, right? Everything has been a single line until we've got Tim Hardaway up into A tier. Tim Hardaway is very solid. Only 6 feet tall, but he does have 19 silver badges with 17 on bronze. 86 3 ball, 90 speed, 85 lateral quickness. Does have bronze stop and pop. Does have the silver pickpocket, bronze interceptor. I just think those little badges go a long ways, especially if his stats are what they appear, which are very, very solid. I think he's one of the worst players in A tier. I'm going to say that, but I don't see a guy in B tier who is nearly to the level of Tim Hardaway in general. Tony Parker's just not very good. Uh-oh, what just happened? Tony Parker's just not very good overall, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to break that to you. If you love Tony Parker, hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to do it like that to you guys. We'll see. I'm very, very intrigued about one thing with Tony Parker. And that thing is to see what his release looks like. This card only has a 73 3-ball. What is there to say about Tony Parker? Not much. But there's a lot to say about this next guy right here, Walt Frazier. If you want to make the case that there's a point guard in the game right now that's better than Sleepy Floyd, your argument better be Walt Frazier. 82 3-ball, 89 speed, 90 lateral quickness, 89 speed ball, 93 ball handle. He already comes with silver clamps, intimidator, pickpocket. All those can be upgraded. Hall of Fame floor general. The dude is just absolutely incredible. He can get stop and pop as well, which is fantastic animation-wise. Jump shot 36. We know that's not going to be that great of a release. But I'm going to tell you guys this. It's going to be serviceable enough. He does have the base dribble style. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. We'll find out very, very soon. But I'm telling you guys, Walt Frazier has the potential to be absolutely fantastic. World Be Free. Our last card for today, because remember, I accidentally included the Invincible Steph Curry today in this video. 6'2", 6'5", he's fine. World Be Free is objectively fine. 79 lateral quickness hurts him a little bit. And here's the thing. He's got no defensive badges. So I'm not a big fan of World Be Free. I am going to put him at B tier because I think he's better than all these guys at C tier. More comparable to a guy like Steve Nash. But I'm not a big fan of World Be Free. Does have jump shot 28, so I feel like he can be pretty cheesy if you want to be cheesy with him with the bronze stop and pop. But that's about it. So this is my first ranking list of my point guards in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Again, most of this is based off stats and badges because that's really what I have to go off of. I've done a little bit of gameplay with some of these guys, but not enough to really make the case for any of them outside of guys like Damian Lillard and Mike Bibby. But that is going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Leave your comments down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.